Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it.
Besties, do you have a second? Hey, friend.
Hey, best friend. Girl, what you doing?
Hey, the best squad. It's your girl, Ebony, the best. Guys, I have a few topics for us to go through, but before I get started, let me start by saying everything I'm about to say is all alleged, all in my opinion, and it's all for entertainment purposes that is covered by the copyright law fair use. But guys, let's get into these hot topics.
Do me a favor, don't talk to me.
Ciao.
It's fine. It's good, but it's not. I wouldn't go there for.
Because, baby, it's not going to cause you to try to talk about somebody's child again that you said you're sorry about. Let's talk about it. Jennifer is upset with Evelyn because of the alleged scammer husband that she has. Jennifer has rumors that she decided to marry this man, allegedly, because he saw the pattern and the scams that she went through. Anyway, guys, I'm going to show a clip where Jennifer was talking on site, I think it's on site, and calling Evelyn, mind you, the same woman that she was teaming up with when she was going against other black women. So I don't know how this has become a black woman thing. But let's hear what Jennifer had to say, y'all. Child, please.
It might be Evelyn really has something against black women. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there because I feel like every season she is trying to go in on a black woman. And that's just real.
Hey, Armani, can you go downstairs real quick and grab something for me? It's in a bag. No. We keep it real. We keep it transparent over here. I live downstairs in the media room. When you walk in,
you trying to bring a black woman down. You trying to bring a black man down. Like, cut it out.
So real quick, Armani's coming with the real receipt. Because I'm gonna give you one more chance. And I don't really care about comments like that. Of course, you guys see me on Instagram. You go through my page, like I laugh at y'all's comments. Like the negativity, I laugh at. But there's one person on this live. You bringing a lot of negativity. I'm gonna give you a chance, but if you continue, I'm gonna continue.
Child, please. Jennifer's husband's voice alone irk me. What do you mean we keep it transparent over here? Nigga, keep it transparent and pay them money back then people back their money, okay, that you allege taken and has not, and now have the FBI investigating you. So guys, Evelyn and her were talking, and Jennifer had the audacity to talk about Evelyn's daughter having a rapper boyfriend that has a case. How does that two mix? But y'all, take a listen to this.
And you like to bring up that Christian is a felon a lot, and your daughter has a child by a felon as well. You seem to throw that up a lot, and it's for what?
First of all, I don't have a dog in the fight with who you choose to or be with. Carl's cousin was involved. That's not like something that I just decided to pull out of the air. It's a real thing.
Y'all, for copyright, I gotta come in between. But y'all look at Jen's face as if, yeah, I know my nigga guilty. I know he ain't eat. But you know what? I'ma stick beside him.
So I brought it to you so you can believe what I'm saying. But the difference is that your felon is currently stealing money from people today, tomorrow, yesterday.
Whatever you say.
And let me tell you something. You don't talk.
Y'all, I feel like Jen knows that Christian ain't about that life, and he's gonna run her and milk her dry, but she refused to accept it.
About my daughter, and you done brought my daughter, but you don't got kids. You don't got kids.
Yeah, I do.
You never carried a kid. Keep my daughter's name out your mouth. Because you won't be able to walk the streets of LA. You keep bringing my daughter up and who she's with.
Now, Jen, you know you ain't about that life, girl. You know you ain't about that life. So I don't know why you walking around acting like you that girl. And like, so ever since you got a man, now you have backbone. Before you didn't. I see even Malaysia throwing chairs at you. Like, are you forgetting these scenes for all the stuff that you did with Evelyn's daughter and lying on people? And now you out here acting like, oh, I got Christian, I got a man right now. Girl, I hope you're singing the same tune when your bank account is empty. So y'all know Evelyn and her daughter have a podcast, and she was asked the question like, what do you think about Jen talking about you again? So here's what Evelyn's daughter have to say. And I have to go in between y'all just so I won't get copyright.
She needs to worry about her daughter because her daughter had a baby by a felon. How do you feel about that? And are you surprised that you are being brought up for the 1,000th time?
Y'all, anytime I see Evelyn talk about her daughter, she is so passionate about it. She does not like anyone talking about her. Evelyn had posted some pictures of her, when she was pregnant with her daughter. And I think she got pregnant at the age of 15. But when I tell you that she is so passionate about when it comes on to talking about her daughter, she gets emotional real quick. And I guess, I can understand because seems like she was a young mom, single mom with her daughter, and she did her thing. And to constantly have Jennifer talking about her daughter, listen, it would have been a throwdown, a showdown, or something going down because you're not going to continue talking about my child. But let's hear more of what Shanice had to say.
So I will start by saying, to play devil's advocate, I think she used the term felon.
Yes.
Because you said it first about her man. Mm-hmm. And so she kind of reversed it and said it about, Blaze's dad. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where she was getting at. No, I'm not surprised. Even if she didn't say that, she's not exactly my cup of tea. I feel that Jennifer she's like a lost woman in her 50s. Like, I don't...
Yikes. Not a lost woman in her 50s. Dang, Shanice. You'd have to go in on Jen like that. But yeah, she acts like she's clueless. Like she's... No offense to Caucasian people, but like she's a blonde with no sense at all.
Yeah. And it's the second time that it's happened. And obviously she did it the first time around. And this is why I think she's so phony, because the first time around, she apologized. Not taking accountability for her actions, but more so saying, hey, I'm sorry that you were being spoken about. So, and I was like, okay, and she had like these crocodile tears in her eyes, and it was okay. And then you did it again. So I just think, I don't have hate in my heart for Jennifer. If anything, I feel sorry for Jennifer that you had to stoop so low. And also at that time, like I was fresh postpartum, like I was Blaze was like a month or 2 months old. And if anyone has ever been through pregnancies or postpartum, that it's a very sensitive time. Like everything is like high, like your nervous system is like on fire, Right. So I just feel that she's self-centered. I think she's selfish. And I don't see her worried about anybody other than herself. Like I don't see Jennifer as a girl's girl. Yeah.
Listen, Jennifer not paying y'all no mind. Jennifer got a man at home. Scammer or not, baby. Anyway, y'all, let's move on to the next hot topic. Listen, don't ask me nothing. I'm just bringing y'all, these little hot topics that I see running around on these Instagram pages. So shout out to the neighborhood. But y'all, this dude Tori Lane got beat up in jail. But I'm gonna let the attorney tell you what happened because I can't go into all that.
Member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out. Given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson. so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, but that he's allowed to go home and recover. Member of the media.
Now, even I know that 1 and 1 plus 2, but this is not adding up. So how come all of a sudden that he got beat up in jail, right? Because of something that I guess Megan was gonna do, and looking for more information. Then all of a sudden somebody coming out to say, oh, he did it, some security guard. But like I said, I don't tell these stories, y'all, but listen to this. So in this little statement here, it says Megan Thee Stallion's attorney released statement right after Tori Lieberstein said that security guard statement could prove his innocent in the 2010 shooting. So let's listen to what they have to say.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson.
Y'all, I can't keep up with this world. And the Diddy trial, that's making it worse. So, I wish Tori the best. Hope something can come out of it. But why this nigga in court, while Cassie's on the stand telling all the gruesome things that he did, he out here putting a heart to her? This woman is married. She is pregnant. She's probably under distress with all this. And this nigga over here trying to intimidate her by doing that. But let me let y'all hear some of what was going on into court, and this is from the Breakfast Club. So shout out to the Breakfast
Club. Which y'all want to go with first, the male escort or the LAPD officer?
Whatever's more entertaining.
The male escort. Both entertaining. Okay, so the male escort gets on the stand, right? Black male escort. Yes, he's a black man. He's probably 5'7", really stocky, muscle. I could tell when he walked in, I'm like, oh, he must be like a dancer or something. Oh, no. Charlamagne's body could never. Okay. He's like a dancer or something. So he gets on the stand. You never see me with my shirt off, man.
Let her finish, please.
Baby, listen. Look at you sitting over. Sit up. Looking all pudgy. So he's on the stand.
I know you ain't talking with that Vera Wayne fat suit.
So he's on the stand, and he's describing his relationship with Cassie and Diddy. And he's saying that, up until a few years ago, in New York, whenever they would come here, they would call him because he would engage in different sexual acts with them, right? Allegedly. So he's like, every single time he got the phone call, it was from Cassie. The way that he met them was through his boss. So his boss came to him one day and said, look, I have this couple who wants to do something for the wife. It's a bachelorette party. They need a male stripper. They didn't have a male stripper, so he went. He shows up in the NYPD t-shirt and he says, Cassie opens the door. She's in red lingerie. She's in a wig, dark glasses, and pumps. And she's like, listen, your boss told me that I'm supposed to give you $200. And this is what he's alleging. And instead, she gives him $4,000. She's like, I want to explain to you what's about to happen. So this is not a bachelorette party. My husband likes to do special things for me. He wanted to do this for my birthday. He just wants us to rub baby oil on each other and, just kind of get familiar with each other. And whatever happens from there, if you're comfortable, I'm open to it. Mm-hmm. So he's like, okay. So he goes in. He says when he walked in, on site, like just
okay.
He literally said Cassie was one of the most beautiful women he ever seen in his life. He couldn't even believe that it was happening like this. So he walks in and he alleges that Puff was there sitting in the room, but you couldn't tell it was him because he had a bandana tied around his face and he had a hat on and he was sitting in the corner. He said that they got into it. He says that they were rubbing each other with the oils. There was other lubricant there as well, and that him and Cassie had sex on the couch in that hotel allegedly, and that the whole time Puff sat in the corner and masturbated.
Executive producing. That's what he calls it.
And he did say he did say that he never Puff never got involved, but he was telling them what to do at different times.
That's how we know he don't make beats.
And he also made it clear too that when on the first time that they linked up, Cassie told him, like, you have nothing to worry about. My husband is not gay. He's not going to touch you. He's not going to whatever. He just, he might tell us what to do or whatever, but he's not going to be. It's just going to be us doing the physical things. He said that they linked up a lot more times after that, but he did say that there was two things he said. He said one time he couldn't get hard anymore because he went to Cassie's house. They got comfortable with him. He came to Cassie's house. When he was there, Cassie and Diddy was in the room. He was outside in the living room. Diddy comes out and goes off on Cassie, like allegedly beats her up bad because she took a long time to come back in the room to him. And he said after he saw that was his first time seeing her get physically like touched. He couldn't even engage in sexual activity with the two of them. And they haven't gotten to cross-examine him yet. Like Diddy's team started and then they had to stop.
What about the urination?
The urination thing. So he randomly was just like recounting their experiences, and he just came out and said, yeah, like, because they were asking him what are some of the things you would have to do. He said, well, one time Cassie asked me to urinate
on her,
on her, and now we all gasping like, oh, wait, because the prosecutors.
Oh, so Cassie asked him, not Diddy.
Exactly, because the prosecutors opened up that literally probably like 15 minutes before that. The prosecutors were like, Cassie is going to tell you that Diddy allegedly made this escort urinate on her. That there's an escort sitting in front of us sworn in on the stand saying, no, Cassie told me to do that.
And this is what I was talking about yesterday when I said they're about to put Cassie through it, and I hope her husband isn't hearing anything he didn't already know.
Yeah,
right.
Because if not, that gonna make for some very awkward moments at home.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know that your wife got urinated on and then found this out in court,
it's a lot.
Could you handle that?
But let me tell you, not only because he had left, he was in the back of the court, and then he went. I think they took up to like a back room. But the all the Diddy kids are there, right? So his daughters are there. I was sitting behind them. It was awkward for me to watch them have to listen to all of this. After he started, the male escort started getting into a lot of the masturbation and stuff. They got up and left.
Who told him to leave? Did Diddy say leave or?
No, Diddy didn't tell them to leave. I don't know if there was a conversation or not. I looked up from writing and I saw them get up, so I don't know. But I know that they were like checking on each other throughout. I saw them ask like Christian at one point, like, "You okay?" Because they brought Kim into this as well, like having conversations about the jealousy that was between Puff and Cassie, because the defense is just trying to paint this as like this was just a jealous, toxic relationship, and it started with Diddy not being able to leave Kim alone up until the time of her passing. But there's more. I got to bring this back at the top of the next hour.
I got more questions when we come back, because I want to know what Diddy was doing during all of this.
Okay,
what was his body language like?
Got you. And then the kids were giving off some of the languages as well too, because when that male escort said that part about Cassie, Christian and Justin, like the way that they looked at each other, like finally somebody saying
they feel like telling the truth.
That's what it felt like. That's not what they said, but that's what it felt like. So we'll come back on the top of the next hour, because there's a whole nother witness, and they broke this witness down on the stand.
All right.
Shining bright like a diamond, meditate daily, baby enlightened, baby make racks, baby spend cash, baby go get it and she don't gotta ask, baby gon' run it up like an athlete, plays gold at the track meet, at the stadium show going super hard, cause baby a superstar, just bought a crib out of lake, off of the grid and out of